As we mentioned earlier in the show, last night was the Met Gala, and the theme of the evening was China through the looking glass.
Here to discuss who rocked and who bombed on the red carpet are celebrity stylist Philip Block and cultural critic Emil Wilbekin.
Emil, Philip!
Hey. Cinco de Mayo!
Cinco de Mayo!
It looks like some people were dressed for Cinco de Mayo last night.
Yes, they were.
Yes.
Indeed.
So let's start with Miss Sarah Jessica Parker. Everyone's talking about her today. She had the ornate Philip Tracy headpiece and an H&M dress. Emil, what'd you think?
I A for effort, but it's just like too much. This looks like literally like a costume. And the thing is, she did like a headdress that was similar to this, I think, last year.
Right, she loves her headdresses.
But the dress is not a great dress to me, and I'm used to seeing her in like Oscar de la Renta or something very, very luxe, rich. It's too much.
It was H&M.
It was
DIY.
H&M.
It looks like a DIY from H&M.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me put this like Asian-inspired ribbon on there. The headdress is fantastic if she just stopped there. She was just a head.
Right.
She
could have worn a cat suit,
Dragon Ball Z,
fine.
though. It's very over the top.
So you like the headdress?
I like the headdress.
Okay, and you did not like the headdress.
Yeah, just kind of.
Okay.
It's over the top, but it works.
Yeah.
See,
Okay, it works
my
for her.
thing is, if it's going to be over the top, you've got to do it at the Met Gala. Like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is the only
This is the only place.
she could wear.
But then I
and
want her in a kimono. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
I'm with
Do
it.
the whole outfit.
Not
Like,
the
bring it.
DIY H&M dress.
Yeah.
I just want to know how much she got paid to wear the H&M dress. Let's talk about
Good
that.
point, good
Thank
point.
you, because
Very
and
good point.
Janelle Monáe wore them too,
Yes,
so you know they were
exactly.
shelling out coins to wear those dresses.
Well, I'm
Just
not mad at
saying.
her for that. Well, let's move on to Jennifer Lopez, okay?
All righty.
She wore a sheer Versace number, but was it a high or low in the fashion moment for her?
Philip, what do you think?
I'm going to give it to her because she followed the theme. It has the dragons. She's done this dress a million times. Nobody does it better than her, except last night. There were two others that came close, but I liked it. I liked it. It was not her best version of this, but she stayed in theme. The dragons were in the right places. That's what counts.
Okay.
And that face, that face, that face.
Yeah,
There you go.
she's
You can't
gorgeous.
beat that.
45-year-old woman. She looks fantastic. Emil, what'd you think?
I think
J.Lo and Versace, did that work for you?
Yes, it works for everything that Philip said. I mean, the dragons, it's red. And she does this all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
I think her body looks amazing. She looks gorgeous. I don't know if I need all the cutouts and illusions that everyone was bringing,
I was about to say,
but
it seemed like a theme of the night, though.
yeah,
Right.
3 makes the trend.
Yeah. Oh, and even Naomi was sort of cut out.
Yeah, Joan Smalls.
Joan Smalls as
What
well,
was,
exactly.
what was behind that, gentlemen? Because everyone
Desperation.
seemed naked last night.
Desperation and
Well,
attention.
I think that ever since Rihanna went nude to the CFDA Awards basically last year,
Okay.
I think, people then think about that. And so then stylists think about that. And designers, kind of embellish on
Okay.
that.
Well,
And
let's just go back to Halle Berry at the Oscars. Thank you very much.
Oh, you did do that.
Yeah, and that's where it started, and that was taking a risk then, and you couldn't do all that nakedness then.
Right.
Yes.
We started small, and now it's just J-Lo has blown it out of the water, and Beyonce got all the attention, a year or two ago
Yes.
in this very similar dress, and now it's
Which
just
is
like...
also Givenchy.
Well, maybe
It
they're
gets
taking the
attention.
theme a little too literal also.
Yeah.
I look through the looking glass, like looking through the
That's what I
dress.
thought. I was like, literally look through the looking glass.
All right, Jennifer Lawrence co-hosted the event. What'd you think of her Dior dress? She's obligated to wear Dior since they definitely pay her. She's one of their spokesmodels.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think?
I thought it was youthful. I thought it was beautiful. It's not my favorite dress that I've ever seen her wear, but it's very modern. I just saw the Dior and I documentary, so it
Yes.
gave me more appreciation for the work that Raf Simons is trying to do. I love that the midriff is showing. It's a
Yeah.
cool dress. It's just, to me, it didn't feel super Asian, and it didn't feel like the best Jennifer Lawrence moment I've ever seen on the red carpet.
at all.
So is
And
it
I
too
love
understated for you?
I love that she keeps her obligations.
Okay.
She's loyal.
That's all
I
you have
think
to
she's
say about
very
that.
loyal.
Okay. All right, then, on that
Anne Hathaway.
note, she was dressed in a hooded gold dress by Ralph Lauren. Did this
Yes.
fit her well, or did it wow? What did you think?
It wowed me. I think it's a beautiful dress. I like the hood. I was telling Philip right before we came out, I could see her in like an old Chinese movie, like as a spy.
Yeah.
Wong.
She's like a spy.
I loved it, and I thought it was a Lola dress. The minute I saw it, I was like, Lola is gonna wear that
I
dress.
would wear that dress in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
You
And,
know,
and
so
again,
me.
for all the Anne Hathaway haters out there, which there have been many over the last
Yes.
couple of years, I think she's kind of got it back on track because it hasn't been so right
Yeah.
necessarily.
All right, Madonna and Katy Perry. Now,
Yeah.
they definitely ignored the theme.
Yes.
They both wore Moschino. I don't quite get the look. Explain, gentlemen. What?
Well, listen,
It's for the graffiti exhibit, which might be another year.
I mean,
They're
Katy
ahead of
Perry-
the trend.
Katy Perry had a bag in the shape of a spray paint
Right.
can. I don't get
so
it.
they're wearing Jeremy Scott. You know, he's very campy with
Right,
his
I
and
get
very
it.
art influence. I didn't love either dress for this occasion
At all.
I think they're very like VMA, Grammy type dresses. You know, and then the fact that it had Rebel Heart on the dress is a little too self-promotion for me. I don't know.
Is there anything too self-promotion for Madonna, though?
No, but you know, exactly. But she's another one.
Yeah.
Last year, she had an amazing
Yeah.
Asian-inspired outfit on.
Yeah, she was like almost a year ahead.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, get on calendar, lady.
Yeah, she's got her calendars mixed up. But again, I think Jeremy is having such a moment now. The
Yes.
girls are loving it. And I think it's so interesting that people like Cher, Madonna are almost behind the pack now.
Right.
These are the women that inspired these girls to do what they're doing.
Right, and
You know,
to
Cher
go
was
over
there
the
looking all
top.
covered up. And she wore those dresses
In the 80s.
30, 40 years ago,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's true.
And now she's all covered up. Madonna used to lead the trend, and now she's wearing this dress because Katy Perry and everybody else wears it, which is
Right.
interesting. She's not ahead.
All right,
Let's
well,
talk about some couples.
Yeah, Amal and George Clooney. Perfect couple. You know, they were
Beautiful.
in the house. Amal wore the popular color of the night, red.
Yes.
But social media kind of picked on her a little bit, saying she looked like a dancing emoji girl.
She looked amazing. That was John Galliano from
Right.
Martin Margiela, Maison Martin Margiela.
So this is what emojis say.
Beautiful.
They look exactly alike.
They do look exactly alike.
Cinco de Mayo!
Yeah, it's a little for the Spanish Arts Festival, but I
It's a
thought they looked
beautiful
gorgeous,
dress.
Yeah.
I
Gorgeous.
mean, the
And
construction,
detail,
yeah.
and the detail of what's going on
Yeah.
in the dress. You have to see these dresses sometimes in person or close up, like our beautiful wall here really shows
Yeah.
the detail.
Exactly.
And it's nice how you had the little pocket square to add, you know,
Yes,
accompany her
well, that's
dress.
true.
Exactly.
And there's been a lot of talk that there was a cover going on with George and Amal for Vogue, and Anna
That makes
Wintour
sense.
actually did the fittings of this, and Mario
She did.
Testino photographed it. So there's something coming up with these pictures in Vogue. Wait and
Something
see.
in the works.
Anna Wintour doesn't just style everybody. You
No,
know.
she
No,
sure
she does
doesn't.
not.
Okay, Kerry Washington.
Oh my.
Now, is she an AKA? Because that's the only thing that can explain the pink dress and the green shoes. I'm sorry, Emil, I had to go there.
That's okay.
I don't
My mother forgives you.
understand. Look, shout out to my AKAs. I love you, ladies. But green shoes and a pink dress. Am I wrong? Was this a no?
I don't love this dress.
So regardless of the color, you
Yeah,
don't love
the
dress.
color's the least of the
Yeah.
problem. The color and the shoes are the least of the problem.
Carrie
Okay.
is gorgeous.
Of
She's,
course.
you know, and she can wear almost anything.
She can, but this.
But this.
But she
and
keeps wearing these dresses that overpower
with
her.
a lot of volume, and she clearly likes pink because she's worn
Yeah.
pink before.
Loves
She wore pink Oscar de la Renta
Yes.
to the NAACP Awards with the green band around
Beautifully.
the bottom.
One of her best.
Right. So she likes that. She likes this very Princess Cinderella feeling
Right.
moment. I don't know if it's super modern, and it definitely does not fit into the China theme for me.
No.
But the
Philip?
interesting thing is, Carrie's tiny. She's a small girl,
Yes.
small boned. Sarah Jessica is a small girl. Sarah Jessica can carry off that stuff. Sarah Jessica wears it, and I believe it's the stylist. I believe the stylist doesn't make the bows smaller. I believe whoever's eye is getting the final look isn't making the bows a little smaller, the
Gotcha.
neckline a little lower, a little less volume. It's the styling to me. It's
The
you've got to go in
proportions are
and
off.
get the proportions right. The design is what it is.
Right,
The
yeah.
back was stunning.
The back was gorgeous.
But this was a
Speaking
Sarah
about
Jessica.
the back, we have to get to Beyonce.
Yes.
Because she wore a
Okay.
big
Yes.
she gown and an I Dream of Jeannie ponytail, just poop out the top. But did this work for you all? What did you think, Emil?
I think she looked gorgeous. I don't think it was appropriate for the Met Gala.
Why, too much skin?
Too
Or-
much skin. And this is like the biggest
what is
fashion
Chinese
event
about
of
that?
the year.
And
And
she's-
she's not wearing a lot of fashion.
And she's the biggest star of the year, of all
the-
time, really,
yeah,
of the world.
yeah,
and
the-
she does not need to go there.
And
She's
that's-
also a fashion plagiarist. I want you to take a look at where this look came from. We have a meme that shows coming to America.
Yes, that's
Maybe it's one of her
good.
favorites.
That was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Homage to Coming to
Again,
America.
she's worn that kind of dress before, but she's
Yeah.
Beyonce. It just seemed a little desperate for me. It was a little too naked, and you know Jay-Z wasn't letting her go alone.
Right.
stayed
Well,
You go with your wife
I
in
was
that
actually
dress.
thought he elevated it because
Yes.
he being there with her, it kind of made it very more appropriate. But it's too much skin
Too
for
much.
Yeah.
a fashion event.
Really
Vegas
quickly,
show.
Kim
Perfect.
Kardashian, really quickly. What did you guys think?
Best look she's ever had. For me.
Really?
I loved it on her. I thought it was the best she's ever looked. I loved it. I thought the boobs didn't look too big. Well, the butt is the butt, but it has the little Asian-inspired detail to it. I mean, the details are perfection on it. And for her, she's usually a mess and it doesn't fit right. Just saying.
It's definitely a step up from that floral
my
concoction she
God.
wore
Yes.
last year on the red
Yes,
carpet.
that's
Okay,
true.
Lady Gaga.
Balenciaga.
It's over the top.
What do you think?
What do you think?
It's Lady Gaga, though.
I mean, yeah, it's Lady Gaga. It's over the top. I think the boots kind of threw me.
Yeah.
But listen, she did the theme.
Yes, she did.
And she
Was
delivered.
it too literal?
It's a little anti-Mame, but it's a little. It makes her look old, is what I would say. She doesn't look youthful. She looks like an older woman.
All right. And last but not least, Rihanna.
Love. Slade.
You know Sarah Jessica Parker went home and said, damn, I did not think of that.
Right.
And this is a Chinese designer, Guo Pei.
Right.
And I've heard about them for many years, and I've been trying to get their dress on somebody, but where can you wear that?
Right.
Right.
Here.
Yeah.
So congratulations for getting the right dress at the right event.
Absolutely.
Being appropriate, a color that just
Beautiful.
is beautiful. But where is the dress, is the question.
It's
Yeah,
all the
because that's
dress.
all cape.
Yeah.
Now, it's been compared to a pizza, an omelet, Big
Haters.
Bird skin.
Haters.
Where's the dress is
Look
what
at
I
the
want to know.
meme.
There is no, I've seen that one. Yeah.
That's
Sarah Jessica Parker's cooking up.
Frying up on
the omelet.
That
This
is
made my
genius.
day. I
This
thought
is awesome.
hysterical.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
I love
But
it.
where is the dress? Does she have anything on
She
under
has
there?
something red underneath.
She did
I can't
last
tell.
year.
Because I couldn't see
No,
it.
I just saw a hint
cares?
of red, but she
That was a nickel.
slayed.
She's like, the New York Post said she won the red carpet last night,
Yeah.
gentlemen. Do
Absolutely.
you think she won the red
Hands
carpet?
down.
Shut it down.
She shut it
Hands
down.
down, she
All right.
won.
She shut
Turned
it
it
down.
Most
up
talked
and
about
shut it
this
down.
year and last year, so 2 years in a row for her.
Yeah.
Usually.
She's consistent.
The year she came in the tuxedo with the little
Yeah.
bump shoulder.
Yeah, exactly.
She brings it.
Okay, well, keep
right.
bringing it,
Yeah.
A lot of
Riri.
these
Keep
girls, the
going,
Jessica
Riri.
Albas of the world that
Yeah.
exist on dresses, they need to up their game.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these girls that just
A
exist
lot of
on
plain
fashion really
dresses.
need
A lot of plain
to.
dresses.
A lot of plain dresses.
Yeah. Don't
All
be
right,
scared.
gentlemen,
Not
thank
a
you
lot of
so-
China.
Not a lot of China.
And
All
it's
right.
such an easy theme
I
to go for with
know.
embroidery.
No one had a fan.
Oh, and nobody had a
so
fan.
true.
Rita Ora, we have to talk about Rita Ora really quick. Amazing. Tom
Yeah,
Ford red dress,
beautiful.
Chung Sam, perfect for the event.
All
All
right.
right, thank you, gentlemen, so
Kris
much.
Kardashian, not perfect for the
Oh,
event.
see, we're going to go there. Thank you guys again. We appreciate it. And now we want to know what you think of all these outfits, so tweet us about it at Arise TV 360, and we'll be right back. You guys always been. Well, our first guest is a hot young comic who was recently named one of Brooklyn Magazine's 30 Under 30.
And when she's not making best of lists, she's working on the incredible game show. Thunderdome 3000, Dr. Game Show, the list goes on and on. Joe Firestone.
Hi.
Welcome to Arise.
Thank
My
you.
goodness. Firestone, you're on fire.
Thank you. Thanks. No one's ever said that to me before. And now I feel like it. Thank you.
Well, okay, so how many jobs do you actually have, and when do you sleep?
Jobs, I don't have any. I mean, I just do whatever anyone pays me to do. I'll do anything.
Anything?
No.
I was gonna say, be
no,
careful.
No, I won't do anything. I'll do some things. I'll do
Okay,
some things
some
for
things.
money.
For
There
money.
you go.
I'm a
Where's the
freelancer.
line drawn at, though?
One time I spied on some kids for money, and I don't want to do that anymore.
That's
Okay.
not fun.
I'm glad
No.
you're drawing the line.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just making sure my job was to make sure that they got home safe.
No,
Okay.
So
that's
my job
important.
was to kind of hide out and
Where'd
watch
you
them.
hide out? The bushes?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I don't do that anymore, so that's
Yeah, 'cause
done.
you could get arrested. Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
So earlier in the show, we were talking about Woody Harrelson in pajamas on the
Yeah.
red carpet. What do you think?
Well, okay, is it possible that those are just like really fancy pants? Like that's the new wave of fashion.
Oh,
Fancy
true.
pants.
They probably are like $500 silk
Like
pajamas.
I feel like they are. Oh, you still think they're pajamas?
Yes, I think they're
She's like, they
pajamas.
still are. Like a
You
kimono
think-
outfit, part of that.
Like, what if that's like the new fashion? Like, I never know what the new fashion is going to be. I feel like it could be like robes, you know, and like flannel. Flannel is already in fashion. I feel like it could be.
Okay.
They can work.
right.
They can work.
I mean, would you guys wear? I mean, I'd wear like a nightgown kind of thing.
Yeah, I would actually with a pair of heels.
Yeah, with the heels with a nightgown sounds cute.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
could
like
work.
there's lace.
Right.
I feel like he's on the frontier.
Well, since we're on the headlines, we got to
Yeah.
ask you about the birth room selfie. This guy took a picture of himself cheesing while his wife is behind him pushing.
No.
What you know? That wouldn't work for you?
No, that's horrible. When is she ever going to forgive him for that?
I don't know.
Never.
Never.
I would never forgive him for that.
No.
Okay, so would your man be allowed to go below the curtain, or would he have to stay above the curtain?
Great question. I get asked this every day. And let's see. I think maybe, I don't know. I guess it would depend. Maybe if on the second child, they'd say below the curtain.
Okay.
I'd say, now you can see the action now that I'm more comfortable with the process.
Now you loosen up a little.
Yeah.
Literally?
Oh, no.
Come on! Oh my God!
Right along. So I joked earlier that people go to Tinder to get herpes, not a kidney. What do you think of that?
Yeah, now I feel like it's like a beautiful story. I feel like people are going to use Tinder more now.
For organ
Yeah.
donation?
Yeah.
Right.
You never
That's
know.
so, I mean, do you think that couple went on to be together? I feel like they must have.
I mean, if that's one way to score, a date.
Yeah.
I'm such a good guy. I
Yeah.
gave your friend a kidney. You
That's-
can't break up with
you
him after
can't.
that.
You really can't. You have to wait for him to break up with you.
Yes.
You can't, right? There's no way you could break up with him.
No.
And
Got
what if
to.
he really falls in love with you and asks you to marry him? You have to say yes.
You have to say yes, and you have to involve that friend that got the kidney. Like
Yes.
you can't sever ties with her either.
Oh.
You're done.
You're done.
You're glued to him. That
It's a
just seems like a
trap.
horrible. That's a trap. It's a
Yeah,
horrible
it's a trap.
trap, and I think we hate them all. Yeah, they're all horrible people.
Okay, so let's talk about your career.
Okay.
You are on fire. You like game shows, I'm
Clearly.
going to guess.
I love game shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your love of game shows. Talk to us about your game show theme shows.
Sure.
Go.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay.
So I love game shows. I do a radio show every week. That's game shows that people submit from like all over the world, and we play them on the air on WFMU, and that's kind of fun. So like everybody makes up game shows, and we just play them. Like some of them are pretty bad.
Like
though.
what, for example? What's the strangest game show you've ever received?
The worst one we've ever, and then so one wins. So we like play one from the week to the following week.
Okay.
And this was the worst game, and it won for like 6 weeks because
Whoa.
people kept voting it on. But it was infuriating. It was called Werewolf Elton John.
What?
Now
Okay.
people just had to sing an Elton John song until at one point they had to turn into a werewolf.
Interesting.
And there was no points. There's no way to win. It just was it was intolerable, and we had to listen to it. This took up hours of our time.
Oh.
People
You still
kept playing.
seem traumatized.
It was
Yeah,
horrible.
it does.
So which
people
do you
kept
hate
playing.
more now, Elton John or werewolves?
Werewolves, I think. But Elton John, now I get kind of like a twitch. I'm like, is it going to turn into a werewolf? It was horrible. Like, could you guys, like,
No.
no.
Don't do
I
it.
don't want to play that game. That's not a
Ever.
game I want to play. I play any game
Oh,
over that.
What's a game from your childhood you would like to play? Like, do you have a favorite game show?
Sure, sure. A favorite game show as a child?
As a child, yeah. Growing up.
I mean, Jeopardy, I feel like Jeopardy's real solid.
That's
Classic.
a classic.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's still hard for me, but I have trouble with
You
that.
try.
Yeah, crosswords are also troublesome. You never know exactly what they're looking for.
That's true. I'm a Wheel of Fortune type girl.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
I heard they digitized it.
Oh, no.
They don't spin them anymore.
So
That's
what's
no
Vanna
fun.
White doing?
I
Just
don't
standing
know.
there?
I don't know what.
No,
she's
she
doing.
touches them.
It's a touch
You
screen
turn-
now, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
she doesn't have to
touches.
turn
Yeah.
it.
She
Oh.
probably gotten weaker
Yeah.
because
It's a lot of work. You know?
I mean, it's a lot of work. I bet they
But
were
it's heavy.
heavy, so
Yeah.
they wouldn't, spin all the way around when
Exactly.
you touch.
Sure, she did.
That's why
that.
her
She had
arms are so
killer
good.
arms. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had killer
You guys
arms.
should maybe think about getting some spinny letters here.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know.
should.
It's in the
We need to
budget.
get a lot of things here.
Yeah.
Friends of single people in
Yes.
the Firestone Success Academy. Okay,
Yeah.
one, your academy has comedians giving out advice to people. How did that come to be? Why does it work?
It doesn't
Explain.
work.
It doesn't,
It doesn't work at all.
But it does happen. It happens once a month at this place in Brooklyn called Pete's Candy Store, and
Yeah.
it's like a night school kind of feel where we take attendance, and then there's different topics. Like last month we did how to be a good lover. And then this month we're going to do how to survive winter.
Oh.
So it's like comedians giving tips.
Okay. What's the best piece of advice a comedian's given?
Well, it turns out the comedians actually don't know a lot. I mean, it turns out that the advice is pretty bad on the whole. It ends up being that we're all a little confused at the end.
So basically, do the opposite of what they say.
Yeah, well, we did. Yes, exactly. There
Okay.
was one controversy. There was one, we did how to date.
Okay.
And there was a big problem about ghosting. because the comedians recommended ghosting as a way to end the date, and then everybody in the audience got very upset.
Yeah, I could imagine.
That's not nice. You
Yeah,
gotta
you don't-
give people some closure.
You believe in the closure.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You can disappear right
Can it-
after you say it's over.
Can it be an email or a text, or do you think it has to be a phone
All
call?
of the above.
Anything
work.
works.
Yes, just something.
Yeah.
There
You
you
just
go.
can't disappear. That's not fair.
Not
Yeah.
at all. All
Okay.
right. So Lola loves a bad pun. She comes
Oh.
up with them all the time in the
I
office.
great.
So
Terrorize him all
yeah.
the time.
So she would be great, I'm assuming, at Punderdome
Yeah, you
3000.
should come
Tell
to
us about that.
Punderdome.
I will be there. You have
What-
no
That's
idea.
so great.
But
You
what
should
goes
definitely
on
come.
there? How does it work? What?
So you get a topic, and then you have to make up a pun in 90 seconds about it.
Well, okay, so if we gave you a topic like,
Oh, jeez.
does it have to be a funny topic? Can
No,
it be
it can be
anything?
any topic. Well, will you
Okay.
do this as well?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Give me a topic.
lingerie?
Lingerie, great. Okay,
We talk
great.
about that a lot here.
Okay, great.
know.
Uh-huh. Okay. You. There. I couldn't find my hosiery, so I looked under the drawer. Under where? No. Okay.
Maybe that's not a good example. I don't know.
Listen.
Okay, you give one, and then
Lola,
you go
do you
do
have
it.
one? I really. This is
I
tricky.
don't.
Support, something along those lines, right? We're going for
Okay.
support.
Support.
Okay.
You know, elastic. That's a very popular thing. Elastic.
Was there any favorites that have gone down in Punderdome history?
Yes,
Give us that one.
other people have
Okay.
done great ones.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. So this last time around, the topic was election day because it was on
Okay.
election day,
Okay.
and this woman was like, "I just watched a great movie. Have you seen it?"
Have you sent it? Like, Senate? Lola's like, yeah, I don't know about that one.
That was just pure staring. Oh my gosh! Wow, that was a lot of heat. That was a lot of heat.
Well, you do this with your dad. Is he
Yeah.
funny too?
Yeah, he's a Rodney Dangerfield impersonator.
No
Are
way.
you serious?
Yeah.
Are
That
you
is
serious?
awesome.
Really?
Just for the, I mean, he doesn't do it a lot, but he does it. He works on it. He's worked on it for like 10 years.
Are you
Does he get any
kidding?
respect down there?
No, he gets no respect.
Oh, still. After so many
Yeah,
years.
after so many years, he gets no respect.
Oh,
Well,
God.
who's funnier, you or your dad?
I think my dad's probably funnier.
Really? Are
yeah.
you just being gracious?
No,
You're being a
he's-
good daughter?
No, he's probably funnier than but I'm there, you know. So I got a job too, so it's
That's a
okay.
good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it like a laugh a minute in your house growing up?
No, I
Really?
don't think so. But I don't think when there's children around, I feel like we're just so bad as children that you can't laugh, right? You can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fun. but
Yeah.
Laugh to keep from crying.
there you go. Yeah. He would do a lot of like magic tricks with us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So when did you realize that you were funny?
But sometimes I question it. But there's like maybe like 20.
20.
20.
Okay.
Really?
So you
Yeah.
weren't like the class clown or anything?
No, I don't think so. One time I sometimes would pull pranks, but I don't know if they were that funny. There's pranks could be sort of funny. I don't know. Were you guys class clowns?
a
or-
little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We're both of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why we have so much fun
That's
here.
why we're such clowns.
Yeah.
That's great.
That
So
is why we're
take
such
us
clowns
back to the
here.
first time you hit the stage. It was after 20, right?
Sure.
So did you bomb? Did you score? How did it go?
Did I bomb? Did I score? These are great questions. I think it was in college, and I did okay. I think I did okay. Yeah. I did better than I expected, which is why you keep going, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I didn't know I was okay at this.
Or you still get nervous when you hit the stage?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I did a show last night. I was really nervous.
Well, what do you do to calm down?
Nothing. You just wait till it's over.
You just wait till it's
Yeah.
over. Now, your comedy has been described as alternative.
Sure.
And the Village Voice writer called your style concentrated, unabashed silliness. How would you describe your style?
It's pretty alternative, I'd say. It's a little bit on the other end of things.
Yeah.
I've done clubs before, and it doesn't go over so well. But like I'm more suited for like the basements and the attics and stuff. Like
Attics?
like if someone put on a show if they're in their attic,
Yeah.
I'd be pretty good at
You're
that
right
show.
there.
We're also going to be at the comedy festival, so tell us about that.
Yeah.
Where can we see
What
the show?
topics are you tackling?
Yeah.
No topics. A lot of insecurity. Talk about that a little bit.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Universal feelings.
Feelings.
that's
I do a lot
true.
of feelings, emotions.
Does that make people uncomfortable, though? They're sitting there
Sure,
like,
I
oh,
bet
she's
so.
tapping into me.
Yeah, sometimes I bet they'd be uncomfortable for sure. Yeah, I mean, who knows though? Sometimes people laugh regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no way of telling. I guess I could conduct a survey afterwards. Like, did that make you uncomfortable?
I
But-
think they'll laugh so you don't think it's them.
Yeah. No, I felt comfortable. Yeah.
Okay. So what's next for you?
What's next?
Yeah.
But
How many more jobs are you adding to the
right.
to the agenda?
any job any job.
As long as you're not spying on kids
Yeah,
anymore, right?
no more and no more babysitting.
No
I'm done
more
with- and no more catering.
So you wouldn't be a nanny for a rich couple? Because you could end up rich too.
Oh, right, yeah.
The way things are going these days.
I know. I don't think I could. I don't think I have the smoothness. I think I'd be too.
Oh.
I feel like that takes a lot of smoothness to like be able to watch kids and have an affair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
a lot
takes,
of work.
You know, like you have to look good and like there's stuff. Like
Yeah.
kids throw marshmallows at you and stuff. How are you
Yeah.
supposed to look good?
Well, stick to the comedy. You'll be
Thanks.
just
Oh,
fine.
thank you.
There you go.
Appreciate
And we can
that.
catch you at the festival. When will we be able to see you?
Yeah. I was there last night and then I'm around.
right.
I'm around.
All
You're
right.
around.
Yeah,
We're gonna
thanks.
find you because you're really funny.
Okay, well,
Yeah, and we
thanks
can
for
catch you at one of
having
your
me.
shows also. So
Great.
thank
Come
you so
whenever
much for
if you want to go
joining
to an
us.
attic or something.
All
Yeah.
right,
get down.
We're
Yeah.
there.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Miss Firestone. Thank you. Love her. We'll be right back with more Rise Entertainment 360.